Ralph Energy. Today is the 19th of August 2018. I'll turn on a bit of light so that you can actually also see my face. How was what? Let's talk about statistics. According to the latest official figures, 43% of all statistics are totally worthless. By Ashley Tollier. I like this one. So, how was my day yesterday? I had a great morning routine. After that, I spent an hour and a half riding to Wannsee, which is a lake near Berlin Lake, and we were driving there by bike. 3 people, me and Corinna, and we picked up another person on the way at the Nordbahnhof, and then together we had this bike ride. And I really liked that a lot of the bike ride was just going straight, and it was going in parallel to a street, which is not on the street, but really a forest road, which is a very nice place to just drift off into mental meditation and riding the bike. And this is what we did. And why did we do that? Or why did I do that? Because it was part of my month adventure. And I was going kayaking. And this is actually what happened as soon as I arrived. I was there with a group of people. We were 11 people. Officially, there were 10 registrations, but one person showed up just thinking that she can join, and she could. And I was positive that we would handle, and we did. And I also had a small performance where I was, as part of opening up the event, after a serious check-in, I tried to soften up or lighten up the mood by going into some drama mode, and I had my pirate cap on, and I was, and when I say pirate, it was my pirate mask. And what I did is I did a small impro where I previously sat down and prepared for it by printing out a sheet with puns that I wanted to incorporate into what I did. A lot of puns. Like for every sentence that I said, there were like 1 to 3 puns inside. And also I tried to use a different accent. So if you want to know what it's about, the boat reference here, for instance. So that's what it was like all the time. And I also had jokes incorporated, actual pirate jokes incorporated into the whole theme. And I really liked doing that. It was a part of my entertainment satisfaction. And then on the water, we boarded, and we had 3 hours, I think 3 hours of actual paddling time. And it was really hard for me to sync up with Corinna. And the reason for that for me is that I noticed that she was paddling, and the boat, like the kayak, was steering in different directions. And at some point I really was getting impatient, because from my perspective, it's really so hard to imagine that if I'm doing this and I'm not even knowing what I'm doing. So for me, when I'm paddling, I'm also looking like sometimes looking at the pedal to see what I'm doing, and then again looking straight to see what the consequences of my doing are. And apparently this is something that is not as easy for other people. At least that's my perception now, as I saw that she was paddling and concentrating on paddling without even knowing that while doing so, we were going consistently into one direction. After some time, I initiated a small break, and we were at a yard, some like yard club with a bar up there, and there was some beach, and we stopped and had a small break. Also, people munching on cookies and fruits and stuff. And there was also a picture that we took. There was a pink flamingo, were nice families there. And at some point then we headed back. I was jumping into the water, I was swimming, and I really enjoyed that experience. That was before actually going to that beach. And on the way back, there was an opportunity to change teams, and that's also what I did. And I went back together with Jacob, who was a real powerhouse when it comes to the kayaking experience. he was like left and right and really putting some effort into it. And I tried to keep up with him, and it was really cool for me to see how much power he brings into the boat and into the team. And that's then was the end of the journey. Then we had a checkout, and I'm looking forward to reconnecting with some of these people. And I also noticed that I'm also a bit sad when I think about now there's so many people, there's a great group, there's friends here, and now the idea of just taking off again. Why am I leaving? Why is it really so much worth it to just explore? Does it make sense to just explore without really building something that is consistent here? And does it make sense to leave this group alone here, uncatered for, untaken care of? And of course I can, but is it really what I want? So these are questions that I'm pondering. Then I had my main meal after the 1.5 hours bike ride back, and I really enjoyed it very much. And I also did a small mini session of continuing with my island drawing to the point where the stabilizers for my roller coaster is what I finished. It was a session at maximum that I did. And then there was the taxes form that I sent, and that is all over and done with. I hope that it's fine like that. And after that, I had an attention disconnect with Corinna, and the topic was really that I wanted to share my perspective when it comes to this idea of having one person filming another person. And immediately there was a tension that I observed that was in the spirit of, but I also want to be a part of the experience. I don't want to just be the person supporting. I don't want to just be the tag along thing. I want to get my attention. And this is something that I'm really struggling with, this kind of mentality. And especially if it's not put into perspective in the bigger picture in my bigger picture that I have, what I want to be doing. And it's a call for attention. At the same time, I don't see the taking responsibility. I don't see how I can take responsibility of her desire here and really mix it into what I'm trying to get at. And neither do I interpret it like this, that she's taking care of, making sure that this is actually fitting the bigger picture. So that's a challenge that I have. And then I went to sleep really early. And I thought I'll just lie down for a bit. So after brushing teeth and doing my workout, I lied down, and I thought Corinna will probably come and wake me up for the church walk, which didn't happen. And I just slept through the night and got up really early. And that was my day yesterday. So what am I focusing on for today? Number one, I want to do my energy tactical. So I also want to do my week review and a bit of cleanup work. And if I get to it, I also want to, what I'm doing is I'm invited for my main meal to Gudrun's place. She wants to cook. And I'm already 5 minutes over my time schedule here right now. So I want to go there, and on the way there, I want to listen to my own audios. And then later on, when I'm there, I want to do my week review while being there, so that I can be there and talk with her and share with her what happened during my week. And so that later on when it comes to the plan, I'm already prepared for it. So the other things that I want to get into is one more session of the island drawing in the evening, potentially continuing with my legend chapter thoughts, and that is all part of my e-vision. That's it from my side today. As always, if you have some feedback, I'd love to hear it. I wish you a legendary day, and I hope to see you soon, because I believe that the best is yet to come.